Hello. Recently, I found that I've gotten my savings to a place where I'm kind of happy with the amount of money that I'm saving, and I'm also happy with the pockets of discretionary income that I have available to me if I need to make purchases and things like that. So I thought it'd be a cool video idea to talk about it. I thought, let me add my experience to the mix, and this might work for you, might not work for you. I think first thing is, if your current financial situation means that your basic needs are not met, this is not for you. You need to be making more money or coming across more money before you're going to be able to kind of apply some of these measures. This is more for people who have their basic needs met and are finding that their current lifestyle is requiring a lot of their paycheck, and that means they're not able to save, and if they want to spend money on new purchases or things like that, they're having to dig into debt. So if that sounds like you, stick around. To quickly outline what I'm going to be going through, I'm going to be covering hedonic adaptation, the great reset, what gets measured gets managed, and managing negative emotion in the short term. So let me kick it off. Hedonic adaptation is kind of at the backbone of the whole thing, which says that, let's say you get a promotion or you get a demotion. After a period of time, your kind of default living state of feel-goodness, these are all scientific terms, kind of stabilizes back to where it was. So if you get a promotion, a little while later, your kind of default day-to-day feeling is going to stabilize to how it was before. So this kind of mindset is just important for understanding that if you're using money to make yourself feel good all the time, it's not the right tool for the job. This is where things like you can look into meditation and mindfulness and awareness, all this other stuff, basically mental health stuff, will improve your default state of feel-goodness. Maybe that's another video for another time. I would check out Healthy Gamer. Dr. K covers a lot of stuff that's really helpful in this realm. Okay, with that out of the way, the implementation of this is through what I call the Great Reset. Essentially, instead of going on a diet where you downsize, you start from zero, which means that you stop all of your payments. Any discretionary payment that you have, TV subscriptions, phone subscriptions, money you spend out with your friends, money you spend for Ubers, all that stuff. Everything that you have currently in mind to spend, you just stop spending all that money. Now, this sounds like a ridiculous statement, one that's completely impractical. I'll address that in a second. But the idea is you need to break apart the foundation of your current lifestyle, and in every moment where you feel some desire to do something or get something that's kind of in line with your previous habit, you need to establish something new that is much lower cost. And the way that you can get through it is just to mentally think that I'm only going to be doing this for 4 weeks or X period of time. And that's where you're going to start managing your negative emotion in the short term. You're going to feel kind of a desire to have something or a desire to do something, and then when you don't do it and you find some less costly alternative that maybe initially you don't like as much, after a short period of time, that negative emotion kind of goes away. So not satisfying every desire you have immediately or in a way that you're used to doesn't have lasting negative effects. And this kind of ties back to the hedonic adaptation part. And I mentioned what gets measured gets managed. As soon as you start noting every single purchase you make, and this is kind of shockingly effective, purchases tend to stand out more, and you kind of get excited about trying to make the number of savings either as high as possible or the number of spending as low as possible, and it kind of becomes a game. Think of it as an experiment. If you, at the end of the 4 weeks, if you find that you want to go back to how you were, fine, go back to how you were and then get a promotion or something and make more money. Or if instead what happens to you is what happened to me, is I've kind of come to adopt new things. So I'd spend more time at home, which meant I was reading more and pursuing hobbies more and just generally having more free time. And the benefit of the additional savings was a plus on top of that. So if anything, my kind of general feeling is kind of more positive than negative, because what I've reduced is things that hedonic adaptation has managed to balance out, whereas the money, which hedonic adaptation doesn't apply to, is being utilized in a way where I have more savings and more discretionary income if I need it. I hope this was concise. I'm thinking about doing this one more time, but I'm not going to. I'm going to stick with this take. I hope this is helpful. I hope if you put into practice, it's something that you find useful, or it's just a bizarre experiment that you did because someone on the internet told you to, and 4 weeks later you're thinking what was I thinking? So either outcome is good for me. Either way, I'll see you later. Bye.